Hey, how are you?
Yeah, how are you? Sorry, couldn't make it.
Oh, that's okay. What are you doing? How's everything going with you?
Um, I, you know, starting to call brokers and call private investor who has a high net worth uh,
Mhm,
to raise fund. I mean, not fund, but raise capital.
mhm.
And then, uh, yeah, and
But
then
what are you trying to purchase?
self storage.
Oh, really good. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
tell me a little bit about that because I know you've been doing just the apartments up until now. So what made you decide to get into self storage?
I think. Do you know Lion Gibson?
Ryan
Lion Gibson.
Gibson? That sounds familiar.
He's like used to be marriage family guy, but it's completely 180-degree change to the self storage.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I think I know Ryan Gibson. I think I've heard his name before.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then the funny thing is he started before the marriage family. He started with the like a single family flip in Washington D.C.,
Okay. Okay.
which
Cool.
exactly I you know
Hmm.
did. So I'm kind of like following his footsteps or whatever.
Hmm. Hmm. How did you meet him?
I actually didn't meet him. I know him from listening podcast and
Okay.
but I know some of the team member in the company.
Okay, okay, I got it. So what does he do now?
So he's doing the self storage, like um, you know, I think it's almost nationwide.
Is he doing like larger deals or smaller deals or what kind of deals does he do?
I think it's probably like a secondary, tertiary market, but
Okay.
they're doing pretty well, I think.
Okay, so he's Spartan. Is it Spartan
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Investment
Mhm.
Group?
That's it.
Okay, let me see if I can recognize him. I'm not sure. I don't really pay attention to a lot. I guess I kind maybe I should know him, but I don't know him honestly.
Yeah, I don't know him, but I can make an introduction to Ted, who is the investor relationship, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does he do like I mean, does he just do like secondary market anywhere in the nation, or where does he purchase?
Um, I don't know. I think the number have to. They probably have a very specific metrics,
Okay.
and then they usually buy you know secondary market and then do their things and then value add or something,
Okay. Okay.
because they came from same like myself. It's more like a developer profile,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm pretty sure he does more like a kind of value add you know
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
strategy.
So what kind of facilities are you going to look for?
So I think I'm kind of like two track. One is maybe get the small facility
Mm-hmm.
with the expansion land,
Mm-hmm.
and then start with small but expanded and then get the better cash flow that way,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or buy you know like a kind of bigger facility which where I can hold the third party management, but I
Mm-hmm.
will buy with the group of investor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like a
Now, are
two.
you going to look just in like the DC area? Like, where are you going to look in your area? Because it's kind of
No,
expensive where you are.
yeah. Well, I'm not really looking my area at all.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to look North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida.
Okay.
Preferably once, like a non-stop flight and then
Mm-hmm.
close to the airport.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not really good with driving, so I just gonna fly there and then rent the cars and then maybe 30 to 1 hour drives and then come back.
Yeah, yeah. And then get out there and just kind of look around and just see what's out there.
Right. And then if I get the smaller facility, I plan to do automate as much as possible with ESS.
Okay.
And then gate and everything, so that, you know, I don't have to have a full-time employee or anything.
So now how much money do you think you can raise in order to buy something? Like, how much money do you have?
So to buy the smaller facility, I think I'm thinking about like $1 million or something. And then I do have like 150 to, you know, put the down payment.
Okay.
So that's cover, but that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really too small. That's a good size of facility. So, I mean, $1 million is a good. I mean, if you can come up with $200,000, $1 million is a good deal.
I'm having.
But I don't know if there's going to be a lot of. I mean, the issue is there a lot of like you know, mismanaged or value add. So then what you want to do is look for a value add property that you can maybe add on to.
Yeah, I'm looking for like the additional land so that.
Yeah.
But I just don't know that demand is there. Like most of the smaller facility is usually located in middle of nowhere, like a town of 3,000 people or 5,000 people. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like there's a demand for that.
Yeah. Well, are you using Radius Plus?
I look Radius Plus sometimes when I find that this is kind of good, and then I, you know, I think Radius Plus kind of buy the credit something.
Yeah.
So I buy credit and I learn sometime, but I'm not using particularly for looking to find the deals or looking to contact information for owner. Do you use for the Radius Plus to get the name of the owners and the contact information? Or?
Yes. So we just had Radius Plus come on and talk to our storage mastermind. And so they did like a whole demo on it. And essentially you can use Radius Plus to find property.
Really?
So you just pick the area and look in the area, and it's going to pull all the properties up, you know, in that area that they have. Now, they don't have all the properties, but they have like most of the properties, and they have all the owner information and everything right there.
Really? But is that means you have to use the credit every time?
Yeah. The credit is for 1 hour. The credit is for 1 hour. So you have an hour of, you know, time to get in there and look around and see if you can find some facilities that you can call and talk to the owners on.
Oh, I see.
But the credit's like $20. It's not that big of a deal. You know, it's not really that big of a deal. But I'm telling you, it's a very powerful software.
So maybe I should try to use that way.
Yeah, especially since you want to be so virtual, you could really find facilities right through Radius Plus.
I see. I contact like a Info USA, like the company, like a list company, and then they said the list for the self storage is like a 1,500, like no matter what, like 300 people or 400 people, like a minimum is 1,500. So.
Oh, really? Well, you can talk to my lady if you want. Her name is Karen, and that's where all my students get their lists from.
Karen?
Her name is Karen, and actually, she's going to be speaking at the Badass Women's Summit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's my list. She's my list person.
Yeah.
And
do you have like a
I've been buying lists for her for 10 years. I've been buying lists from her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and her name is Karen Anderson. And so you should be able to get your storage list from her. And it's not really that expensive, but you know, she'll want you to spend some money on it, you know. Not like, you know, I would just talk to her is what I would do.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Should I like a direct message you to get the contact information, or?
Well, you can just email. You can write her email down now. It's listsandmarketing at gmail.com.
List and marketing.
listsandmarketing@gmail.com.
Okay.
And she can do any type of list. So for, if anybody's listening to this later, then she can get absentee owner, she can get probate, she can get distressed properties, whatever you want. But for us personally, she gets storage lists.
Oh, okay.
Right?
For like, you give this is a state I want to get or something, and then.
Exactly. You tell her like what state you want, and then she'll get you that list. So depending on where you want to be is what the price is going to be, because obviously like California is going to be more expensive than Delaware or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, talk to her and tell her that, you work with me and you teach for REI USA, and then she'll definitely be able to get you a list. Okay.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank
you. She could also get you a multifamily list as well too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you do marriage families, Stacy?
Do I do what?
Marriage families? No.
No, I don't. I don't. The only thing I do is just storage now. And I do REI USA and storage. That's it. I don't want to branch out too much because it just gets to be too much.
Yeah.
So I just kind of stay in my little bubble is what I do.
That's good.
Yeah. Because we travel full time. We live in an RV and travel full time.
Yeah. How do you think the lifestyle? When did you start it?
It's definitely an adjustment. We started full time in October. It's definitely an adjustment, but it's good for me and Pete and Lillian because we're very family oriented, and we're very we all want to be close to each other, even though sometimes we annoy each other. We want to be close to each other, and we just want to spend as much time as we can with each other. And so it's really good for us. Some people maybe they just they couldn't do it because they kill each other, but we're okay with very small spaces, and we're okay with not a lot of things, we're I would consider us minimalists. And so for us, the lifestyle is very good because we like to experience, have experiences instead of purchase things.
Yeah, that's good. I kind of want to do similar things, but my husband had a job in one location, so we can't move around until he retires or something, Well,
you can always do it when he retires, you can do it or something. You'll be able to always travel, Luckily, Lillian is at that age now where she just wants to spend as much time as she can with the family. She's very family oriented. And so that's what we're doing is we're just letting her spend time with the family.
That's very nice.
Yeah, and then when she gets older and she's like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore, then let's go and try to figure out something else that Pete and I want to do. Maybe we'll do something else.
Yeah.
But just let me know, if you need help with the storage investing stuff. So
definitely.
I would say talk to Karen and see if she can get you some lists. Now there's a couple of people in my coaching program that I don't know if maybe you want to get in touch with, because there's a person that lives in Queens, and her name is HJ, and she is looking for people to partner with. She just bought a whole bunch of lists all up in that area. And
I see.
For people to partner with because she doesn't want to do the work. She just wants to lend the money. So there's a whole bunch of people in Storage Nerds that maybe you could also work with as well too. So if you're interested, I can always introduce you, because I was just over in the Pennsylvania area. And we had an infield training day where everybody in the Northeast came down, and we spent the entire day driving for storage and really kind of just getting out there and learning what the market's like. And there's really the area that you're in, the issue is that it's mostly a primary market.
It is.
Yeah. So you have to get you're going to have to go out, way out, you're going to
way out.
Yeah. North or into Pennsylvania or down to Southern Virginia or West Virginia or something like this,
Yeah. And I figure if I'm driving all the way to West Virginia, 5-6 hours, I might as well just hop on the, like a flight and then go to the locations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what me and Pete do. It's like we're driving, we might as well look for some storage facilities. And honestly, that's how we find all of our storage facilities is we drive around and just look and see if we can talk to the owners. But if you don't have a lot of time to do that, then just buy a list and just you just call them. But really the owners, all they really want is to just they want to connect with you. They
really
yeah, that's really it. They want to just connect with you. They want to make sure that you're that you're going to take care of their baby.
Yeah, I met someone like that. I attended Virginia self-storage associations and met the one lady, and then she's like, this was our retirement, did very well, and then she just like not interested in raising the rent at all. But at the association, they're talking about how to raise the rent with every 6-8 months, stuff like that.
So did you talk to her and ask her if you could buy her facility from her?
She says her facility is not on the sale, but she kind of encouraged to get in touch with other people.
Yeah. Whenever I hear that, I'm always like, okay, well, I'm Stacy, and whenever you're ready, let me know so I can buy your facility.
I see. Yeah. Her facility is probably very expensive by now. It's like, but she said she started like very little and then just kept adding and then adding. But
even if you come across a facility that like it doesn't fit into what you want to buy, and you think it's a good deal, you still need to put it under contract, because what you can do is just wholesale it to somebody else. Or what you could do is like you could find another buyer for it, and then you just ask for like a little equity split in the deal.
I see. Equity split.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'll put it under contract, and then if it's not something that I know I can afford or I want, or it's too far away, I'll say, look, okay, I'm going to give this to you, but I want like a 5% cut or something in there, or
I see.
That's what I do.
Oh, okay.
So you never ever want to pass up any facility of anybody that wants to sell. You want to always work with the owners and get it under contract, because no matter what, you'll find somebody to buy it, even if it's not you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So you went to the AJ Osborne conference.
Yeah, at the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. It was beautiful locations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Coeur d'Alene is beautiful, isn't it? My family's from Idaho, so I know Idaho really well. Yes.
Yeah, it's like a vacation place.
Yeah, it is.
It's beautiful. Like, wow.
Yeah, Idaho, people don't realize this, but Idaho is a beautiful state.
Yeah, because I flew into like, Washington. I think I don't remember which airport.
Did you fly into Spokane?
Yeah, Spokane.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel kind of weird. I supposed to go to Idaho, but I flew into Washington. Is that really true? And I have to like double check, I'm doing right. You know what I mean? Because I never went to the place like, flying to different states to go to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was born in Spokane.
Oh, I see. That's a really nice place.
Yeah, it's a really nice place. So, okay, good. So then how was the conference? Was it good?
Conference, so many networking.
Yeah.
It's like overwhelming.
Oh,
and
really?
It's actually like a co-host with Store Local.
Okay.
Do you know Store Local? It's like
I don't. What is Store Local?
It's like a Coop.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of them.
Concept is the lead is coming down and then squash everyone. The little guy like AJ Osborne's or some, small operator. So they want to like a band together and then get all the, how can I say, technology.
Okay, so they all get together and it's kind of like crowdfunding, where they get together and then they all buy storage facilities together.
No, not storage. But it's more like a technology and the marketing platforms, and then also branding if you like using their brand.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because most of the times right now, the people coming through the internet, you know what I mean? The
Yes.
customers.
Uh-huh.
So they kind of like,
Yes.
they kind of like see the trend that lead is buying up all the ad. So even they might control 20% of the market, they start controlling like more and more 30, 40, 50% of the internet traffic.
Okay.
So they start seeing the trend, and then they have to do something, and then they start working together to actually the company called Tenant
Mm-hmm.
is, I think, owned by the the store local.
Yeah, Tenant Inc.
Yeah, Tenant Inc. So Tenant Inc. is just technology oriented companies.
Okay.
They serve probably beyond store local, but they do have probably preference the pricing. And then instead of like ESS or some technology, they are rolling up technology platform called Hummingbird, which I don't know. I have to really talk to the lady from Tenant.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll have to look more into it and see, because I'm not quite understanding like what the purpose of store local is.
Yeah. So basically, most of the data, the store in those self-storage software, it's owned by the vendor, not by you. Even it's your client data. So they want to take back those the ownership of the data to the storage owner.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. So
Yeah.
I mean, so basically he was partnering with them is what he was doing.
Yeah, he was partnering with them. So they have very like I forgot like some super famous guy in the self-storage. I think like a Stormer, something like that, like a president, which is like the biggest self-storage companies, private, self-storage company in the US or something.
Okay, I have no idea.
So
I mean, the reason I never go to any of these types of conferences is because it's always like the biggest of this and that. And I feel like I just can't relate to any of that. Because, I'm just like a regular mom and pop that's like, just has a couple, we have like, 11, facilities, it's like, it's hard to relate to when they talk about like huge, big numbers when, it's just hard for me to do that, So I really focus on more like mom and pop stuff. So I really focus on helping mom and pop owners be better owners is what I want. Like, so I'm not ever going to be the type of person that has like $100 million in assets, because it's just, that's just not my personality. I'd rather like, I don't want to have a business. I know AJ says this, like storage investing is a business. And to me personally, storage investing is a means to an end. That end is for me to spend as much time as I possibly can with my family.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think of it as a business. I think of it as an investment in my future. Is what I think of. So that's the difference between, because I've read his book and kind of follow him a little bit, but the way he thinks is really not the way that I think.
Yeah. So I think like going to conference, like especially I'm brand new, self-storage. So I kind of want to see the landscape, you know what I mean? And then what's coming, and then what's the big trend coming, and then, and then kind of pick up some nuggets from whatever people are saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely when you go, you're always going to learn stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, I've done so many conferences in my life, and I'm just like, now I'm so choosy about which ones I go to. You know, I just want to, I try to spend my time and my money wisely.
Yeah, that's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, good. Well, I mean, at least you're out there looking. You know, I would say get out there and just start looking and see what you can find. I mean, you just never know what you're going to find.
Yeah, I have to be patient. I'm kind of want to see the result very quickly, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, if you want to have like results very quickly, I would you know, I would shoot for like bigger facilities then. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Because you'll make more money with the bigger facilities. The littler ones are a little bit more work.
Everyone tell me when I went to the ages the conference, I sat with some storage broker, and then he said, so what do you want to do? Like, you know, and I said, maybe I should start like small facility. And he said, nah, don't invest anything less than 30,000 square feet or something. I'm like, what? You know?
That's what everybody says. That's what everybody says.
And
everybody that's into like big facilities, they always say this, you know, but I mean, you've got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And there is nothing wrong with starting with a small facility at all. You know what I'm saying? So it really like frustrates me when, you know, people say this, because it's like, not everybody is like you and can raise $1 million. My very first facility was like $200,000, and look where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? We have 11 facilities. We're about to buy 3 more, and I started with the small facility, and actually so did AJ Osborne.
Yeah, I think his first was small, middle of nowhere, and then he actually, you know, sold less than what he bought in, you know.
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly how I did too. So there's nothing wrong with buying smaller facilities at all. You have to start somewhere. You got to get your foot in the door. So that really frustrates me when people say, oh no, 30,000 less. And I'm like, you know, all of my students, essentially, they just want to get started. They want to get their foot in the door. They have no idea what they're doing at all. And it's okay to start that way.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm still looking, you know, and then hopefully something comes, you know, end up buying this year. So that's my goal, like, you know, get the self-storage.
Okay, cool. Well, if you need any help with like analysis or just questions or anything like that, just let me know. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here. And then also, I know you missed the session for the
yes
for the teachers session. So what I told everybody is, like, in your presentation, when you make your presentation, can you please put like your the slide of when you teach for REI USA, one at the beginning and then also one at the end.
One in the beginning and then one at the end.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the main things, because that way you can introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm Yukiko and I teach small, you know, about small apartments. And then you go through your presentation, you answer questions, and you can end on this slide that's, you know, that has information about REI USA again.
Okay. Times.
Yeah, everybody else. So yeah, we have a lot of badass women coming and talking about what they do. So I think it's gonna be really good. And let's see. And then also, if you want to give away something for free, you can always give away something for free as well too. Okay.
Okay. Give away.
Right. Okay, good. What, any other storage questions that you had?
Yeah, so I have those those AJ has those, you know, spreadsheet and then and then I have other companies and then, you know, different, like a couple spreadsheet, but every times they have a different size and everything. So I end up putting every size, and then, you know, just putting the mix of the everything take really long time. So I'm trying to like systemize and then maybe potentially hire someone to do the initial entering or something. Do you have those system in place or?
So essentially on our deal analyzer, what we do is we have like just an Excel spreadsheet. And then on one of the tabs is where you put your unit mix in. But on that unit mix, essentially you have to, what I do is I only enter the units that, that are comparable to, the units that I'm going to be purchasing, the building that I'm going to be purchasing. So like I was looking, another thing too, is like when you look at like primary market facilities, or like, if you look at like REITs, like if you do Public Storage or CubeSmart or like Life Storage, they're going to have like a million different sizes. They always have like 5x5s inside, outside, 5x10s, climate controlled, non-climate controlled, inside, outside. Is like all these different types of units and stuff, right? So what I do is I just only, like the facility that I'm buying, I am comparing what they have to what all the other storage facilities have. So if the facility that I'm buying has like 5x10s, 10x10s, 10x15s, and 10x20s, then and they're all outside, then I'm only comparing that.
I see. But you enter everything.
But we have to enter every single one of those in. And the reason why is because the total square footage, you want to make sure that the total square footage that they gave you also matches what I'm saying. And really the price per square foot is dependent upon that. So it is kind of a pain in the butt. If you're looking at facilities that have a lot of different unit sizes, then it's get to be kind of bothersome. But if you get out into like secondary or tertiary markets, and mostly I say like tertiary markets, like they don't have a lot of sizes.
I know. And then like sometimes they don't know comparable. When I look at the one deals that someone else bidding to me, and then there's no comparable in the Radius Plus. I can't, see if the rate is correct or not. You know what I mean?
Are you looking in tertiary market or where?
That one was completely out of nowhere. And then, so some investor, like, want to partner with me or something. I'm like, look, I don't have any comparable. I can't really tell us. And I don't know. I don't feel comfortable, investing in a place I can't pull from Radius Plus. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so essentially the way that Radius Plus works is they pull data from websites. That's really it. They're pulling the data from the website of the storage facility company. If that facility does not have a website, then they're not going to come up on Radius Plus.
Yeah. Because
but actually those facilities are the best ones.
Think so?
Yes, definitely.
Really, like small towns.
Those are the best ones. And the reason why, now you would have to go and look, essentially what you would have to do is go and look at that facility, right? And see what it's like, but then also see the area, because it might just be an area where those facilities are not on Radius Plus. And they're in tertiary markets and they don't have websites. And so, but what happens in Radius Plus is if you find a facility that is not on Radius Plus, right? What you do is you let Radius Plus know. They have this feature that's called add a facility.
Oh, I see.
You add the facility, and then once they approve that facility, they give you a free credit.
Oh, I see.
Right, because
so that's how doesn't have to be mine or someone else. It doesn't matter. You can submit it
anywhere. Anybody can do it. Yes. So if you happen to find facilities that are not on Radius Plus, let them know so they can add it. Because what they'll do is they'll do all the back office work, and they'll do all the competition and look up all the names and put all the data in and everything like this. And then that way, next time, then they can start building that area, that big database. Because yes, in like very rural tertiary markets and stuff, like a lot of the facilities do not have websites and stuff like this.
I see.
So they don't. So that doesn't come up. But the truth of the matter is, those facilities most of them are going to be very good facilities to invest in or to purchase. Because that means they have no website, they have no management, they have nothing, and so you'll be able to come in and then manage those facilities better.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and also another thing in commercial real estate is that comparables are not important. What's important is how much income it's making. So commercial real estate is really about income, right? Can you prove how much income your property is making? Because commercial real estate is based off of income.
Yeah.
So a comparable, I mean, you could have a facility that's making 100,000. Actually, this is what happened. So we bought 2 facilities in the same city.
Oh,
okay, same city. The city was about a population of about 25,000 people. Okay.
25,000.
There's 25,000 people in the radius, in like a 10-mile radius. Okay. And they're in that 10-mile radius. There's like 5 or 6 facilities. That's it. This is in Florida. Okay. And what we picked up one facility, which was a mismanaged facility, and it was not on Radius Plus. And it was 100 units making $40,000. Okay. Oh. So so we picked it up for $300,000, and we picked that one up for $300,000.
What?
And so, and
no,
then,
my God.
Well, so then what happened is that we ended up calling all the other facilities in that area to see if anybody else wanted to sell. And somebody else wanted to sell. Another person wanted to sell. And he had also 112 units. And he was making $90,000.
90,000. That's a huge difference.
Exactly. So we had 100 units making 40,000, and 5 minutes away we had 112 units making 90,000.
Wow.
That's the difference between a mismanaged facility and an income producing property.
I see.
Okay.
Wow.
And so, and then, so we picked up both of them. The mismanaged facility we picked up for $300,000, and the income producing property we picked up for $600,000. Okay. Now this $600,000 facility was really worth about $750,000, but we got it for $600,000, and it was on it's on a 2-acre lot, and it's only taking up 1 acre, so we have enough space to add even more units.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
The $300,000 one, that one is a 1-acre lot, and it's like full. Like there's no space to put anything, so there's no value add except for increasing the rates. But we already know. We as soon as we bought that facility, we ripped the Band-Aid, and everybody got price increases.
Oh, okay? I see.
And so now we're going from literally $40,000 to $80,000 in 1 year.
That's fantastic.
Amazing.
Crazy?
And also the $600,000 facility that we picked up, and it was making $90,000. We ripped the Band-Aid as soon as we bought it, and we increased those prices as well too. So we'll be at around $110,000 at the end of the year.
Wow.
So actually, 100-unit facility should really be at around $80,000 to $110,000, depending on the location. One of them, the $600,000 facility has like a gate around it. It's fenced. It's nice. It's it's all nice facility. The 301 is there's no fence around it. It's just open up and all this kind of stuff. So there's a little bit of difference, but not a lot of difference.
I see.
And so I know that we should be making almost the same amount of money on both of those properties.
Wow. I see.
That is the difference between income. That's an income producing property and a mismanaged property. So don't discredit those mismanaged properties.
I see.
Because those are jackpots.
But when you decide to go to see it, like it was nowhere, and I know I have to pay maybe a hotels, rent cars, and everything. It's kind of big commitments, you know what I mean? So I don't know,
Well, actually, no, because we travel full time and live in an RV. So we never go to that facility. Our boots on the ground person manages that for us. And we have like, and essentially what happens for us is when we find one facility, the rule is that we have to buy at least 2 to 3 more facilities in that area.
Oh, okay. So you have to buy 2 or 3 or more.
So we go around and we create these like mini portfolios.
Oh, I see.
So in that area already, we have probably, I would say we have 4 facilities in that area, and they each have, let's say, around on average 100 units. So now we have like, 400 units within like an hour radius, which is considered a mini portfolio.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not one facility. Like this guy's like go by one facility, 30,000 square feet. We have that, but we just have it in like several facilities.
Yeah.
Which is exactly the same thing. And there is no owner that's going to be like, oh, you have 4 instead of 1. No, I'm not going to buy that.
No, I think, yeah. Those portfolios.
They're within like an hour radius. It's easy for them to be taken care of.
Right. Definitely.
That's what we do. We create mini portfolios of mismanaged facilities.
I see. Yeah, that's a good strategy.
Yeah. So just as I said, don't discredit properties that are in smaller areas that are like mismanaged and they're not on Radius Plus. For me personally, those are the deals I buy. And guess what? There's no competition for anybody else really buying those. In fact, nobody had ever called and tried to buy those facilities before.
Really?
Yes.
I saw everyone, like that lady I talked to, the Virginia, she said she's getting called like
the bigger ones, all the bigger ones, everybody wants to buy. But there's nothing wrong with starting with some smaller ones, because guess what? We're going to sell that $300,000 facility for $750,000 in a couple of years and 1031 exchange that into another deal.
Right. Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with making $400,000 and 1031 exchanging that.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I didn't know. I saw maybe the smaller facility owner also get the call from people,
Some do, some of them do, but a lot of them, honestly, most of them don't even answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all about timing. So I say don't discredit the smaller facilities because they can really help you get your foot in the door and get you to move up. If you want to do bigger ones, that's great. But don't discredit the smaller ones. So
I should consider also buying the small one. Like
yes,
you're saying.
Yeah. Now where you're at, smaller may be $1 million.
I know, it's just crazy on here. I think,
but like you charge more and you make more. It's kind of it's the same thing,
It's almost like you have to buy the land and then start building. That's where it kind of end up.
Or
like,
do that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there is not enough storage facilities in the world. But buy something where you can do it in phases. Like you don't need to go out and build 30,000 square feet. And because you're going to have to be in like secondary to tertiary markets.
Yeah.
Sometimes those areas don't call for huge big facilities. But what will happen is you can do it in phases.
But so the land
you want to buy land that's like, you want to buy a minimum 3 acres.
Minimum 3 acres. Yeah, some land around here is very expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the Northeast, it's ridiculous. And also, we were looking in Texas. I mean, we're looking in Austin because I'm originally from Austin, and it was like, it's like $250,000 an acre.
Oh.
I was like, what? I could buy. I was like, I could build that in like Georgia. I could build a whole storage facility for that.
But Austin and Houston's are growing like crazy, and I'm getting hit with a lot of people who want to get the money for the marriage families. Right now, the Houston and Austin, I'm getting like a lot of email, So I'm pretty sure it's really hot.
We're going to be in Austin in February, and we're open to it. But the truth is like I'm just too cheap. And you know what I'm saying, like I'm not gonna be spending. I'm like I'm telling you, the Southeast is like one of the best places to invest in.
Southeast.
the Southeast. That's where you get the most bang for your buck.
I see.
The Southeast and like, you know, the Northern Great Plains, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the way that there's no snow removal.
Yeah.
I just have to lot of snows, and then my tenant kept calling me. There's no, you know, still snows, and then where's your guys coming? You know, I don't like that, you know, getting hit with those texts and emails. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, so we're open to like, I mean, our facilities are in Georgia and Florida, and most likely we're going to end up just kind of stay in that area. Mm-hmm. But we're open to anything from like, you know, the Carolinas, all the way Kentucky, Tennessee, all the way through the Southeast, through Arkansas, and even into Texas, and maybe even New Mexico.
Oh, okay, New Mexico.
New Mexico, I think, is a very hot find. Is a very good up and coming area. Like you know, Taos, New Mexico is a good area. Yeah, it's gonna be a very up and coming area, I think.
New Mexico, okay. I need to look into that.
As I said, so it's really south. It's the southern to the southeast is basically where you want to be. You know, or you can be up in the northeast in the New York, Vermont, Hampshire, New Hampshire, and Maine areas. That's also a very good area.
Really? I see some old building, you know, like.
Yes. Well, you could even do a conversion. You could buy an old building and convert it into a storage facility.
Yeah. But do you think like a fast one, you should like try like a easy one? No? Conversion sounds.
Yeah, conversion is like, kind of like, it's like the next step.
Yeah.
Some people just do conversions their first time, but like, mostly people are like, okay, I've done like a storage facility. Let me see if I can do a conversion.
Yeah, maybe if someone's partnering with me for the conversions, I don't think I want to do conversion from the beginning, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's definitely a lot of opportunity out there. So I say just, you know, just keep looking and keep doing market research. And then you just let me know if you come across something or if you need help with anything, and I'll be here for you.
Oh, okay. And then also, I know you're looking like Southeast area. Then if I come across, you know, something that you might like, I will let you know.
Absolutely. Tell me. That's any storage facility. If you need help on it, just let me know.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, I appreciate coming and hanging out with me today.
Yeah, I meant to make like all the times, and then sometimes like, you know, the first week, it's just kind of like, you know, the things kind of, you know, a little bit. Yeah.
Well, you know, just so you know, I do a Monday night webinar too, every Monday night.
Oh, Monday night?
Yeah, you can go to my website, stacyrossetti.com.
Oh, okay.
And then you can register that way. And I do that for all my students. I do that on Monday nights, but you can hop on if you want and hang out.
Okay.
Okay, so
that's fantastic.
Okay, cool.
Monday night. I didn't know that. Good to know.
I do a monthly webinar for REI USA, and then for all my students, I do one on a weekly basis.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Awesome. All right, cool. Well, thanks for hanging out, and then Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Happy New Year.
Let me know if you have any questions about the summit coming up, okay?
Okay, I will.